Well, welcome back to another episode of Cheapskate Garage. So if any of you guys saw the last video, you'd know I ran a 1283 with the S10 right there. I'm super excited. We found out that there's a couple issues that I had with the truck, so I'm expecting my next pass to be even faster. But in the meantime, I decided to spend about, well, I think it's $52 and change on some fiberglass and some resin. And what we're going to do is we're going to take and make a fiberglass hood. So far as what I've done is I've covered the whole entire hood with this pressed seal wrap. I don't know if it's going to work or not. I've never done this before, so hey, this may not work at all. But I have a feeling that it will. But as what I used is the Glad pressed seal. It's covered it enough, so we're going to run down to the auto parts store, or the hardware store. We're going to get some disposable cups, some disposable brushes, and a drop cloth. My goal is today just to get this covered with fiberglass and let it set up. The reason why I went ahead and put the Glad wrap over it, well, that's going to create my barrier. I don't want the fiberglass to stick to the hood of the truck, and I don't want the paint to peel off either, so hopefully this stuff will just peel right off, and it's fairly easy to work with, so we'll see what we get.
Welcome to Cheapskate Garage.
It's like a family tree, part of you and part of me. And if we should separate, go your own way, I won't wait.
funk back.
Well, the GoPro's dead, but let me give you a little rundown where we're at. These little wood slats that I put in here, that's where my holes are going to be going through for my hood pins that we got on the old hood over there. We got the metal bracing in here. I can't wait to really flip this thing over and show you guys what's up, because I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but right underneath the cup there, the cup's all sticky. It kind of bowed in when I put this layer on. That layer right there. So, I found out that great stuff foam that you use to insulate your house, you can spray that on the low spots and really build it up, and it works way better than, well, it seems to be working right now way better than what the fiberglass filler is. I mean, could you imagine like that much fiberglass filler in there to fill that up and make it look even? I mean, that would add a ton of weight to the truck, or to the hood, and then be kind of defeat the purpose of a fiberglass hood, wouldn't it? So, you know, it looks like garbage right now, and by all means, I am a professional winger when it comes to doing this fiberglass stuff. I'm doing this on a hope and a prayer and a dream and a whatever else you want to call it. But we started it, we're going to continue it, we're going to finish it and see what we get. So after this cures up, I'll flip it over and I'll show you guys what the other side looks like with the foam, because I thought it was pretty damn cool, and I just came up with it off the top of my head. So here's a little check-in, a little update. I haven't been filming. I've been working my butt off trying to sand this thing. Look at all this mess I got done underneath it. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to go for a cowl hood. The shape's fairly decent. It's not great. I'm into it about 160 bucks right now. I was looking online because I was about ready to throw in the towel and say the hell with this hood and throw it away and buy a cowl hood, fiberglass cowl hood for it, and just slap it in the video and say, hey, yeah, look at this is what I did for, you know, 180 bucks. But that wouldn't be the truth. So we got the old hood still leaning up over there. We got this one. We're going cowl hood. Let me show you, let me get you in a little closer so you can see what I got going on. So after you get the basic shape of it, you want to get some of this expanding foam. This is $5 a can. I've used 5 of them so far. So that's 25 bucks, but what I did is, in the previous shot, you might have seen some low spots. Well, this foam, it's filling it in right here. And I figured, well, it's filling it in so good, why don't we just do a cowl hood? So I kind of took some measurements and laid out some tape for the cowl hood. I want to extend it back here, like this far, so it's kind of up against the windshield. I don't know how the hell I'm going to do that yet, but we're going to figure it out. I mean, we've been winging it this far, why not? One of the big tools that I found was really helpful is a sanding board, a long board. This is a 17-inch one from Harbor Freight. I've had it for years. You can see I've makeshift it here to hold in the paper, but I'm running some 40 grit on it, and that cuts this down really fast. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to blend right in here into the front of the hood and let it all go back. And probably make it about a 2.5, 3 inch cowl hood, and you know, see what happens. Also, I want to mention is after all this foam back here sets up and I got it all shaped the right way that I want it, we're gonna go through, and I was reading some information online. Everybody's saying online, cut your fiberglass into about 6 to 8 inch chunks. It's easier to work with, and you can get it to fold down where you want it. So after this is all formed the way I want it to, we're going to go ahead and re-glass the whole entire hood and recover it. I think in the last clip I got the supports that I got underneath it. I mean, this thing, it's fairly strong. It's got a little bit of flex into it, but it is what it is. And I think if I really wanted to make the cowl hood part of it work, is what I could do is I'll show you. I'll underneath all this, I'll just cut a big hole out from, like, I'll go like that and all the way back, and so there'll be like a little hole all the way along here that I can that'll help pull the air out, and I'll cut it underneath, but this will all be tight and covered and look pretty. And one of the biggest tools or helps that I have is this little saw right over here. That saw makes all the difference because I can go in and flesh cut it and cut down a lot of my sanding time with it. So yeah, I'm just gonna let that set up, sand it out, cut it down, trim it down, see where I need it, and then we'll go from there. What's that saying? Fake it till you make it. Professional winger, that's all I am. Like, the only part that could really screw me up at this point is if that fiberglass resin eats through this foam. And I didn't check any of that, so wing it. Alright, here we go. So we got it forming. Jake's taking a little bit of shape here. I used the last can of foam that I had. So, you know, it's looking pretty good down through here. It's not perfect, but I think it's going to work. I mean, we got the definite shape that I want coming into it, but you know, it's crazy. You know, here it is, it's Sunday morning, it's about 9:30 in the morning, and I'm just having a blast. You know, it's starting to take shape. It's pretty cool. Looking back, hindsight is what I probably could have done is found like a 2-inch tall cardboard box and just put it like right here in the center. And if I'd have done that, that foam, it would have taken up a lot of room space in that foam, because I don't know if I mentioned this already, I plan to, on the underside, cut about a 12-inch circle there to help bring in the air from the back into the air cleaner, maybe keep the engine bay cooler, I don't know. But I was watching some old NASCAR stuff the other night on YouTube, and they were saying that the window vents on the side of the NASCARs, they actually create like a Venturi effect. So the Venturi actually pulls air through the car, and it makes like a vacuum, and it pulls it out instead of being like a scoop. So I wonder if that's going to be like more the same thing that happens with this. They're just going to rush past the back part back here, and when it rushes past there, it's going to pull the air out through the engine. I don't know. I'm having fun. It's taking shape, so I think we're going to head on down to the hardware store and get another couple cans of spray foam. I don't plan on going much taller than what it is right now. It's about where I want it. Does it need to be taller? I don't know, probably, but I mean, is this for show or is this for go? I'm hoping it's for the go, because I've always been go before show. But it is what it is, so we're getting there. I'd like it if later tonight I can lay down the final section of fiberglass and see how it works. Well, we got pretty much the shape there made now. And I'll tell you what, there's just nothing more American than knowing what you're doing, or not knowing what you're doing, and winging it and having it turn out halfway decent. Professional winger right here. Wing, wing, wing. Or win, win, win. I don't know. But we're going to go down. We're going to get one more damn can of spray foam. We're going to get some more matting, probably some more fiberglass. We're going to break the bank on it, because I think it's about ready to cover. And then it'll be finished sand and fill with a little bit of Bondo. I don't know. It'll be fun. So we're back at it. Just laid the first little bit of resin on it with the fiberglass, and it's not eating. I was really hoping that wouldn't happen. It doesn't look exactly perfect, but by my standards, it looks great. So I just got back home from like my 5th trip to the hardware store. This time I went to the hardware store, Lowe's to be exact, and they were out of everything that I wanted. So I said, hell with it, let's run across town to Walmart. Went to Walmart. Found out they have everything there way cheaper. Fiberglass mat packs, these, $6. The spray foam right here, $3.88. So I can get 2 of those cans for the price of what I can get 1 at Lowe's. So I went ahead and stocked up on a couple things. Let's see if we can't get this thing busted out. So let me tell you something. Right here, I'm at like the important stage. This is where I got it all glassed. It's really starting to take shape. That's kind of going to be the shape of it. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight, but it sure has got to be fairly even. And right now, here's where I'm dealing with. Check this out. If you get down here, the right side looks just a little bit high, so I'm going to sand it down. And there's a little bit of low spot right in there and in there, so I might take off a little bit right in here. it's really hard to see. You know, doing body work is kind of, there's an art to it. My hat's off to everybody else that does it, because I'm not good at it. But just generally, this is going to make or break the hood, whether it looks decent or it looks like a pile of junk. If I don't take the time to try to straighten out what I got right now, it's just going to get progressively harder and harder and harder as I go. So that's what the longboard's for. You don't want to use a 2-inch square sanding pad because you're never going to get it. You got to use a longboard, long even strokes. That takes the high spots and brings them down to low spots. When you get mostly a nice, good, solid piece that you like there and it's got a low spot in it, that's when you come back in with the filler, which I have Bondo glass and I have regular Bondo to fill with whatever I need, because I'm going to use what I have on hand versus go and buy new stuff. So we're just gonna keep on going. I'm actually fairly happy with the way it turns out, and then once I get it down and it's all primered and everything's smooth on it, that's when I'm going to go along. I'm going to take each edge, I'm going to line it up on the truck right where it needs to be, and just trim it down however much I need to. We're going to lay it out with some pinstriping or whatever I got to do. But I'm going to go ahead and sand this up real quick. We'll get right back with you. So it's not all that smooth. It's still got a lot of waves in it. Here's where my finished work's going to come in. I'm trying this Bondo glass right there. Yep. Bondo, I just gave you some advertisement to whoever watches my channel. I think you owe me like a can of that for free or something. I don't know. Maybe we could work something out. I'll put Bondo on the side of the truck. I don't care. But so it's not perfectly smooth. I'm going to try to take thin layers of this fiberglass jelly stuff, lay it on there, sand it out, try to get it more smooth, and then come back and lay out like one final top coat of glass. I think that's the best way to do it. Honestly, I don't know exactly what I'm doing, so I'm just winging it. And you know what? If I'm going down the track at 105 miles an hour and the hood flies off, it flies off. Maybe it'll make for good entertainment. I don't know. It probably would. And it wouldn't be the first person to happen to. But you can't blame a guy for trying. These hoods for these S10s, they run from anywhere from $589 to $700, and then you got $150, $200 of shipping on top of it. So right now, all said, I'm probably into this. I have to go back and check, but I think about $250, and it's looking like it's gonna work. So I'm just gonna sit here. I'm gonna keep on winging it. I think maybe this week I'm gonna go down to Rain City Tactical, get myself something nice. I don't know. With all this money I'm saving by doing it the cheap way, I might be able to buy something that goes bang bang. I don't know. I'm just out here having fun. You know, what's that saying? Idle hands are the devil's playground? Yeah, well, mine ain't idle. I got lots of shit to do. So I think everybody can agree that this looks like shit. And if you notice, over here and over here, it looks way too flat. It's Thursday night. Worked on this for like the last 3 hours. Or tried to at least. And I was kind of about ready to give up on it. But I think I might have a way to bring it back around. I think I might know of a way to fix this. I'm not going to touch it until my dad comes down, because he's a smart motherfucker, even though he voted for Ross Perot. And I'm just kidding, it was a joke. But I think I got a way to make it work, and we're gonna give it hell. Too much time and too much effort's been invested in it to give up now. That's all I'm saying. On a side note, though, the thing's hella light, and it was easy to walk from the table out in front of the driveway into the garage and set it on the hood. It was super easy to do that compared to the heavy metal one. Well, I'm back at the old dilemma again. I mean, I came home from work, started working on the hood over here. I moved it to the backyard, and just so I can get the S10 in and out. And well, I started glassing it, and let me show you what I got going on. So the hood was laying kind of flat. Let's get a far back view. It was laying, the corners of it were drooping down. So I got this string up here, right there and there, if you can see it, and that's kind of pulling it up. And is what I did is I reglassed right through here to try to give it some extra strength. But I don't know if you could tell on the camera or not, it's raining now. The barbecue's all wet. So, I've never barbecued in the rain. I have no idea what's gonna happen. I mean, I've never fiberglassed in the rain. Can you tell I'm tired? But I don't think it's gonna hold. I don't know what's gonna happen. And I'm thinking that I should just give up on this and forget about it. I don't know. Have any of you guys fiberglassed in the rain? Comment down below. Tell me what you think. Should I make a part 2 and finish it? Or should I scrap it and move on to something more important? You be the judge. Comment down below and let me know. Thanks for watching, and thank you for subscribing to my bullshit. This is probably something that you shouldn't do. I probably did this completely wrong. Actually, I know now that I did this completely wrong, but yeah, don't do it. It ain't worth your time. I mean, there were some kind of cool techniques I thought were in this, but it ain't worth your time. So, as always, thanks for liking the videos. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I really appreciate it.